Hey, what's up guys, my name's Matt. Today we're going to be talking about Destiny 2. It's been about a week since it has officially launched. I have only played about 5 hours. Justin is here, Drew is here.
What's up guys?
Hello.
They've played a lot of Destiny 2. You guys have both finished the story?
Yes.
Okay. And
Together.
I'm only light level 92, I believe, and I'm on the story part on Titan, like the little power station thing.
Titan is probably one of my favorite planets. It's interesting, along with Io.
Oh, one of those adventure missions down there?
You're gonna get prepared.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Look towards windows. Look towards windows.
Look towards the windows.
Look towards windows.
Is it the mission with the hive?
Hive is there.
It's there.
You do encounter the hive.
You go for this like little orb thing that you need.
On the balcony that powers something.
I
And
wasn't
when you
paying
go to
attention.
pick up the power supply, if you look towards the left, towards the outer edge of the building,
You'll see
it's
something.
giant windows.
Yeah, you'll
to
see
where you
something
can see
amazing.
underwater, but you can't see far past that,
Yeah,
and you just see the shadow go by.
it's amazing.
Okay.
It's amazing.
It's the
What's-
biggest thing.
What's the shadow?
We don't know. It's
Yeah.
just a
We don't get to
large
see it.
creature.
Just
'Cause
some
I'd
large
seen it
underwater
went,
creature.
Oh, picked the thing up and ran.
He picked it. Yeah, which initiated everything to spawn in and shoot at me and Nick, which are just standing there admiring this thing swim by. So next thing you know, you got shriekers and acolytes up your butt.
Alright, so in today's video I just wanted to go over some of the differences between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. Some of those Easter eggs that we've probably all seen. And let's talk about some of the differences. One of the big things I've noticed so far, especially like when the trailer was launched, everybody was complaining like, oh, this looks just like Destiny 1. But actually playing Destiny 2 now, it feels like a totally different game.
Oh, it
It
is. It's totally different. The
It's
subclasses
good.
that they've like, I'm a main warlock, so I've only really used my warlock. I'm starting to dabble in the Titans, but with the 3 warlock subclasses, I've been blown away by it, especially the Void Walker, because we fought the final boss with it, and I shot it, and I just watched it track him as he moved across the map, and I was amazed at how well it kept up with him.
Yeah. One of the things I noticed was the not the hive, but the fallen. They look totally different.
I've
That's a
noticed
new
the
house.
faces. The faces are different.
Yeah. And one of the not the ones who crawl on the ground now, like they go really fast.
Oh, I think it's just the Vandals, and then
The Vandals do
yeah.
it.
That's kind of
begins with
crazy.
Sprinting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they sprint. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable, especially
Because
when they run at you and you can barely see them.
Yeah, it's fast. The
Because
best
all
way.
you see is like their back, like the bottom arms up in the air when they do it, so it looks like a really big spider just running at you.
That's the first time I was like, oh, when they had spiders to the game. Oh wait.
Right.
And he stood up. It's like, oh, it's a vandal. And then I think one of the Titan missions, I just threw my grenade like right at his head as he's running. That stopped him in his tracks. He's like, boom, and he died. So what's been? Let's stay away from spoilers.
All
But
right.
what's been like the best mission or like the best moment so far in the campaign?
The speaker.
The speaker, yeah, this
Okay.
learning, just playing the game and just like just between him and Gold, just the back and forth they have. It's good.
It's
I
very
like
interesting.
it. I would also have to say the adventures are something new. Like it brings you, since they got rid of the Grimoire, it does add a little bit more into it, and I'm still learning new things from other YouTubers and like things they find in it, and I find it really interesting that there's still more lore in the game that they still have, but you have to actually go actively out and find it. Like I have fun looking for the scannables.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I felt like, I don't know, like especially on Titan, like when you spawn in, you feel really compact. Like the whole map is small. Then when you get like into an adventure, it's like, oh, here's where I can expand into, and the map's a lot bigger.
I do like it how the adventures they don't walk away parts of the map. It's like you just go to like this part, you're like, oh, I didn't know this part exists. Like in the European Dead Zone, there's an area like when you spawn in, you can like walk over to the left and or to the right, and it continues going to the right. And I was like, I thought this was just an adventure part. I didn't know I could get back here. It's like there's stuff back here I can do. There's things I can kill back here. Like, what is this?
Like on Titan when we accepted that little side mission, and it took us to the bottom, like almost bottom level of that gigantic building. It's like, how did you? Didn't even know this was here.
Yeah, we did go back to try to see if we could get back down there. There was a door in the way. So it looks like certain areas of the map that like it won't allow it to, but like still, it's still very, very expansive, and you find new things every time. Like I find new ways to get up to speak to the I don't know her name. What's her name on Titan? I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, the commander. Or
yeah, like I
whatever.
find like I have fun ways of jumping up there to get to her because it's just a giant window you can go in through.
And like the conversation between her and Zavala, whatever, is hilarious. Like just like the back and forth, like the first story.
All the people that you get to talk to, like, they actually are driven characters, not like, yes, what do you need? No, they actually, like, if you stand there, they have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
They'll tell a story.
So I think we can talk about the Nightfall since...
I played last week's Nightfall.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I played Nightfall.
There's a modifier, it's not coming to the name right now, but it switches between Void, Arc, and Solar, and it just switches every now and then. And I would recommend, if you're going to do Nightfall, have a person on each subclass, because that one person would be the crucial member for that moment. And I also don't like how they're timed now. It's like 9 minutes and 25 seconds and maybe 10 minutes. But last week's was kills enemies, and this week is you have to run through Vex gates to like extend the time. And that, I feel like it's putting us in like, you have to get it done in this moment, and like it's not giving us enough time to, like, we're actually running through the mission. Which it is a Nightfall, and I understand that you would want to get done quicker, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't like being timed when I do things. It makes me, I don't like it. I rather enjoy it.
Right. One of the things I was like, when I first like was gonna go on an adventure, like I spawned in, I was like, oh, there's a public event going on, and I wasn't even high enough level to
Activate it.
But I was stupid enough to go toward it and participate, and boy, that was a bad idea. That was a
Last
mess.
night when I was playing with my Titan, I was like, there's a public event in my way. I can't do anything about it. I'm level 3. I can't do this. And like, 3 people rolled up, and I was like, it's time.
Yeah, I feel like the public events are a lot more frequent.
Yeah,
like,
and I enjoy that they tell you when they're going to happen and how long they're going to last.
It's like,
just from the map.
It's on the map. Track. It's like I can go to that.
Yeah, and you
I also like the
events.
multiple spawn zones. Like, that makes it moving around the map so much faster instead of just driving around. It's like, oh, there's one in I don't know, in areas of the map still. I'm still new to it.
I love the fast travel. It's just like, okay, we'll go here.
I like how it doesn't kick you out of menus anymore.
And the loading time is so much faster than original Destiny.
It is.
Yeah, it's so much better.
Personally, I'm against the new shader system. I do not enjoy that.
Can you explain to me that? Because I totally missed that this week.
Okay, so the new shader system is you have this big inventory of different shaders that you can only apply to, like, one. They give you multiple of a shader, and each one applies to one item. Like, instead of in Destiny 1 where it's like, oh, I want this shader covers your whole body, it's you get this shader to equip to your arms, or this shader to equip to your head, but they also added to where you can equip those shaders to your ships and sparrows, which is really cool.
And guns.
Guns?
Oh yeah, you can change your guns.
I didn't know. Oh, you can. Yes, you can change shaders on your guns too.
Which adds a
But for armor wise, I'd prefer the fact that it like cover all of the armor with one shader, because I enjoy how Destiny 1 did that. But like
even color across everything.
Yeah, but
though I did see a tweet out that, because I follow a lot of the people from Bungie with this, and he did tweet out shaders will drop more frequently just by picking up chests and other things throughout the world. And I have, I think, like 32 different shaders, and I think the most I have of one is like 9 at the moment. But it's also still, since the game came out like new, like I don't know how many shaders are in the game, but we only have 50 slots for it. So if there's more than 50 shaders, like it kind of like there's no shader kiosk that we can be like, oh, we can go back and get this one shader that we like. I don't know if they'll add it in later, but like it's one of those things that it's like they may not, due to the fact that if you wait long enough, it's going to come back and rotate back around. But I'm holding on one shader due to the fact that I like the look of it and I don't want to use it. But I've noticed with the Warlock, you really only need to put it on 2 things: your helmet and your chest piece. That's really about it, because your legs you can't see your legs due to the cloak that you wear. And your arms, the only thing that usually changes on that is like right here on the forearm. And I looked on the armband I got, the only thing that changed was like this little sliver that you can't see. And I was like, okay, that works for me. I'll put it on 2 items, but I would like to see another slot where it's like you put it in and it does do the whole shader thing. Because then that would be, you know, like I just want to be red today. Because when in Destiny 1, I'd be like, I'm going to be blue now. I'm going to be white. Like I was just switching colors randomly just on the way I felt. Now I can't do that. And I don't like that.
So far, the gunplay and this like overall gameplay feels super great. Of course, original Destiny, that's the one thing they got really great, was this overall gameplay. Running around shooting people, this felt great. I would like to give a shout out to Blue Apron for sponsoring this video and supporting this channel and this video series. Blue Apron offers a better way to cook, with fresh ingredients and great recipes delivered weekly to your home. Blue Apron has no commitment or fees, so you can prepare delicious, inventive meals at home. Blue Apron sends higher quality food at a better value by cutting out the middleman and delivering ingredients at their freshest. You can cook incredible meals from scratch with perfectly portioned ingredients and step-by-step recipes. Blue Apron's uniquely integrated model means better ingredients, better pricing, and a better planet for us all. Using the link in the description below, you can sign up for Blue Apron and get your first 3 meals for free. What an incredible value. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Again, I want to thank Blue Apron for sponsoring this video and for supporting this channel. One of the things I haven't really missed is having a sparrow. I haven't picked up a sparrow yet. Is that toward the end of the campaign?
Yeah, when you beat the campaign is when you get your first sparrow, but through the bright Ingrams you can pick them up as well. Like I picked up a few. Like I have an exotic ship and an exotic sparrow. I spent money because that's what I do. I wanted to get things. I wanted to get a new what is it? An emote, and I got 2 of the new emotes. I got the 6-shooter and the noodle eating, which I really like it. It's so fun. You can dance with them too. Like if you start it and hit your dance, you can dance with it in your hand. It's really interesting on how well they work together.
Cool.
But yeah, once you beat the game, you actually get a new ship. When you beat the game, you get a new sparrow, because like that's when you beat the game and everyone's like, yeah, we did it together, and that's inevitably where it ends. But I do and don't like not having a sparrow, because the maps are so large. It's like I have to get over there. I don't have no other spawn points unlocked on this map. I have to walk there now. And it does get like kind of tiresome, because I was doing like, after I did beat the game, I was like, I have to do an exotic quest line because I was going for a quest. And it took me forever to get over there due to the fact there was like so many public events that kept happening, and I was like, I just want to do one thing, and I keep getting sidetracked. But that's like public events. It's crazy. I don't know.
One of the things I've always loved about Destiny is the design of their guns. They have fantastic gun design, and one of the things I've noticed, they continue to have impressively designed guns. Have you noticed any guns from the original Destiny now in Destiny 2? Like I know the multi-tool is in there somewhere.
The multi-tool is in there. Well, our friend Nick has it actually. Yeah. He has it. But that's the only one that I know of, because I didn't really. I kind of stayed low and stayed off of all the news for it, because I didn't want to spoil myself with it and be like, oh, I'm going for this gun, I'm going for this gun. But I do like the designs of most of the guns, because it's like they're different, they're new. It's like, I want this one now.
Right.
Yeah, I found a legendary hand cannon that actually looks like a 6-shooter revolver.
Nice.
Not this futuristic stuff. Like it looks like
the last word.
Cool. So, like for DLC and stuff, and with the raids, what do you think they'll be adding next?
Well, see, with the first DLC, a lot of people probably already know it's the Osiris DLC, and a lot of stuff has been like popping up with that, and I think Osiris is going to play a larger part in the whole game itself. But other than that, it's hard to say what they're going to add. Like the Leviathan, that's going to be an interesting raid to do, because that's something. This is new Destiny, new everything. So this could easily be something completely different than puzzle jumping and then killing a boss. This could be actually more puzzle jumping and killing a boss at the same time, or it's hard to say. Like I'm really excited for the raid coming out tomorrow.
So it comes out
tomorrow at 10, I believe. I think it's 6 p.m. for the UK, and I think it's 10 a.m. here for us, but I could be wrong with that. I haven't really narrowed that down, but I was just heard it from another video I seen.
So I have heard that Xur is coming back on Friday. This Friday?
Friday, yeah, this Friday, and you have to find him in the world.
Okay.
He is not at the tower. He's nowhere. He's not at the farm. You actually have to go and get him.
Is that going to be random for everyone, or the same for everyone?
We'll see. This is the first time
We
they've
don't
done
know.
this, so no one knows. So it's going to be up to the community to be like, he's on Nessus. But if they were like, no, he's on Titan, then obviously there's an hour change that he'll start switching places. But I think they'll just put him in one area, and that will most likely be one of the spawn areas or something. Like he'd be creeping in the corner, like, hey, come buy my stuff. Because I doubt they'd put him anywhere that would get him shot at.
So we're gonna have a lot more YouTubers making Xur guides about like, oh, he's over here this time.
Yeah, but since the worlds are so large that
it might take them longer.
it's
to
going to
find
take them a
them.
long time to rotate back to the same area, I bet. So I think for the first, let's see, it's 4 weekends in a month. I want to say like the first 4 or 5 months is like he's going to be rotating so much around that we're not going to know where he's at until we finally get, all the locations pinpointed. And
I feel like there's a lot more weapons this time around as well. So he's going to be cycling through weapons, hopefully better.
see, I don't know how many exotic weapons are not quest lines, because I know 3 so far are quest lines that you have to go get. The Mida, the Rat King, and then the one I have at the moment, which is not coming to me, are quest lines you have to get. And there's like, because they're planet quest lines. I think the right one is, but I could be wrong. They're like they're planet quest lines that you get. Like it's this planet is this quest line. Like I believe European Dead Zone is the Mida quest line, which I just started that one recently.
Speaking of exotics, I got the gauntlets with like kind of like spikes on them
On the shoulder.
So like you melee people and you charge them up, and if you get attacked, they explode.
Oh, the feedbacks.
Yes, the feedbacks, the AO feedbacks or something
Yeah,
like
that
that.
was from the first game.
Yep, from the first
Oh, they're
game.
from the first
That
game.
was
Really?
that was I believe it was.
They just didn't have the same ability.
Was it-
If you received a melee, it just sent one back, that
Oh.
pulse back. But they redid it to where now it charges up, and eventually just lets out.
See, with the new graphics, I didn't even like recognize them.
I think they're slimmer. I think
Yeah,
they're slimmer in
that's-
this
Oh,
one.
I recognized it instantly.
Well, like I knew what
Well,
they were,
it's
but I
like,
think
got
they're
it.
smaller. Like
I was like, it looks similar to something I've seen, but it just looked different. So I thought it was something totally different.
I've noticed through the campaign though, you see a lot of old exotics as well. Like through one of the missions, you see the astronaut helmet from the first game.
Oh yeah.
Because it was just going. I was like, that's an old exotic. Like, that's crazy. They still like show them in the game.
Like I even know some of like the common like handguns, they look kind of similar to a Fatebringer. And
See,
And like Gull's commander makes a couple appearances through this campaign. And if you pay close attention on his necklace of ghost eyes,
Mhm.
it is the arachnid hunter helmet.
Yeah.
That exotic is on there too.
Speaking of ghosts, is there a hidden ghost just like in the first
No.
Destiny?
I haven't seen any, so I
Not
don't
seen
think there
any.
is.
Huh, well that's kind of disappointing.
Well,
What's
No, I'm
up
sure
there?
there is.
like I
But-
bet there is probably maybe somewhere, but like
I actually enjoyed that in the first Destiny.
It was
Like,
fun.
I did too, but it made me angry because like
fragments.
you had like they didn't stay out like because with this game I just found this out recently that your inventory like your character's inventory for weapons and armor are different, but if you switch over to your inventory like your modes and like your shards, it's all one inventory. Like your shaders and stuff will transfer through all your characters, so you don't have to worry about like, oh, I have to transfer this red shader over to make this helmet red. No, it's all they share one inventory, which I thought was really good, but then really bad at the same time due to the fact like if you pick up 3 exotics with your warlock, but then you switch over to your titan, it's like, oh, that was the last 3 slots I had because I was saving that for my hunter. That was the last 3 slots for the ingrips I picked up. Like, I know they go to the postmaster, but then you'd eventually start losing them because you'd start saving them. But it also does well if you play with your warlock or your titan, whoever's your highest character, and you get ingrams at 280, 290, and you switch over to another character, then you're almost guaranteed a high level exotic to either infuse or to wear.
so what's the light level locked out right now?
I've seen people at 300, but I think the light level is at 350 is the highest that you can
Okay.
go. But I've seen people at like Chris 300. Like I am currently stuck at 271 because I need armor mods and weapon mods to make my weapons better. But I'm kind of not getting attached to my weapons and armor due to the fact that I keep finding better stuff. I just switch it out and just move on. Because it's just easier to switch the weapon, delete the old one, get the shards from it, and save up shards.
So what's the best way to get increase your light level?
The best way to increase your light level is after you beat the game. You want to do the weekly strike because you have basically it's just the milestones because
basically
you get
the same as First Destiny.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like you want to do the milestones because that will give you 4 powered Ingrams, and that's the best way to level up because they'll give you. They're supposed to give you better gear, but sometimes you may get like par gear, a little bit below. But I've seen someone opened 5 of them, and out of the 5 got 3 exotics.
So far, I'm liking. Well, just in the part I've played, the first 3 hours of the campaign, I like how the Ingrams are dropping and just giving me whatever there is. I don't have to go, go to the crypt park.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So far, the only time I ever need to crypt or to get anything, it's just legendaries and exotics. Like, I did like that, but then it's kind of like, oh man, like I wanted that blue because that blue could have been a legendary too.
Right.
Like, I kind of wanted that, but. Like, I do also like it because it's just like, boom, I got this piece. I can delete it. I can delete that.
So, it's Destiny 2 is coming out on PC in October. I'm excited to see if they do anything different on there. Maybe bigger raids. I've heard a rumor. I don't know.
See, if they do that, then that's locking out the console players. Because it's like, if they make the raid bigger, it's like, this was a console game first. Why are you supporting? I know PC can handle it better, but like it would be something that you'd want console to be able to support at the same time because then you could move forward at the same time instead
that makes sense, but
pushing stuff further for one than the other.
It's probably just a rumor, so it'll probably stay the same.
The only thing I'm worried about is people modding the game and then making it like because it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with the mods, but then I don't want to know more information than I need to with data. Like they're gonna get so much information.
Data farm the crap out of it and get like, oh, here's the new weapons that are gonna be added, and they're gonna know 2 months.
And like
before.
that's fun, like a week in advance. But like if I know like, oh, there's an exotic out there that's gonna give me my Rift ability back, like that, I don't want to know that until I'm like, oh, this is so cool. This does this for me.
Hopefully, Bungie will be preemptively like not putting stuff in the game. Like I know GTA and Battlefield, they're really bad at like putting like preemptive files in there. Like, oh, here's the new stuff that's coming out. They don't mean to leak it, but they're building like up to the release of the DLC or whatnot. So the Bungie's gonna have to be really careful with that. I think they will. I think they know what's gonna happen. I'm also kind of curious why. You might know this, but why the PC release is like a month later than the console release is
to give console players a head start.
Either that or it gives us time to actually enjoy the game and not people going, here's all these spoilers because here's all the stuff that you get from all these missions. Because there's going to be times, because like there's like within the game you get coins and stuff to give to, each respective planet's, I would say like captain, and you can get stuff from them. And like it could just be like, I don't know, it could be like better ways of doing things because it's PC.
I was thinking this probably just because they're working on getting all the graphics ready, because they're doing like more high detail graphics.
See, I feel
on
like
PC.
it'd be easier to get the PC ready and then just downgrade it.
That's what I was thinking
because
too.
They probably already had the PC.
I don't think they did that.
But they probably just like, since it is a console game itself, they probably were like, we'll let the consoles have it first because we're primarily consoles. But we never know because Bungie throws surprises at you left and right.
Or it could have just been Sony being like, hey, here's some money. Make sure it comes out on consoles before PCs.
Yeah.
Like,
that,
I mean, GTA,
that could seem like more like a liable, like, here's an extra 10,000, make it come to us.
Here's the million.
Yeah.
That's one thing I wish. Of course, that has stuff to do with Activision more than Bungie, because Activision is the publisher. And they have the same deal with Call of Duty coming out on the PS4 before Xbox, or the DLC coming out a week or two early. But overall, Destiny 2, it's been super fun to play. I could totally recommend picking it up for sure. Definitely a worthwhile increase from Destiny 1.
I do like how you don't need to have any prior knowledge to the game.
And that's how the first cinematic was. Like, I felt really awesome because you played Destiny 1. Here's your memories. Here's what you played. That was awesome.
Going through the memories from watching, beating the Black Garden to beating Atheon and just seeing who you were with. Like, half the people I didn't know who I was with. Like, because I eventually was in like LFGs getting picked up from people. But like just seeing, wow, I beat it on January 6th, 2016. I beat this dude. That's
cool.
Wow, I didn't think it was that. I didn't know it was that far away from all these other ones. It was just interesting to go through these memories of it.
Both of you were in most of my raids that I actually finished because you helped carry me half the time.
Yep.
I look forward to doing that again for Destiny 2. That's what I'm going to focus on the rest of the week is leveling up so I can raid with you guys. Hopefully.
Basically, just beat this campaign and just do strikes. That's all you really need to do. Because if you
plan on being on later.
Maybe.
Like I would recommend,
server maintenance is not helping.
I would recommend playing the campaign and just do a lot of the campaign missions because we both waited till we were level 20 before we went and finished the campaign, and we kind of blew through everything due to the fact that we had all our subclasses, all our abilities, and we were just kind of
leveled up. So when it came to the final mission, we just
I was killing enemies, and he goes, he's already down 1 bar, and we were confused, and we're like, this is probably a level 15, 16 mission, and we're level 20, power level 200, just rolling up let's go.
Yeah, that's actually, I haven't played with anybody online since Destiny came out because I wanted to just no spoilers, just play the story by myself and just be able to play and experience the story. It's fun
by yourself, but it's also better as a group because there's so many missions that you can do, and it's just so many aspects of the mission that
I'm planning on making a second character and playing with friends.
You're gonna have to make a third character also because getting your subclasses back, that mission that you have to go through to get it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I would recommend making a character for each class because just listening to the because the first time you get it, it's it's no big deal because you've done that mission. It wasn't that really big, but the second time, it's a story's being told to you. It's hard to explain it because if you go there, you're oh, what is this thing?
Your Vanguard is narrating your previous stories, not of you, but of
the class itself.
Class.
Why is this mine was, since I was a warlock, I was going for my Stormcaller, and it was Akora, and she was telling her how everyone was be for the void, be chaotic, but be for Sunsinger, be calm. And she was I took both of them, and that's how they were formed. That's how I was. I was just so in depth to her what she was saying, and I was I want to know more. And it eventually just stops talking. I'm I want to know more though. This was an interesting story. I want to know the start of the subclass. I want to know what was the beginning of this subclass. How did it come about?
Right. In Destiny 1, I had a Titan that was looked like this guy. I no longer have that Titan. He's gone. I deleted him.
I changed my guy too.
So my character looks pretty cool now. So yeah. I think that's about it for this mini podcast. It's been a great first week with Destiny 2. Not that many server problems for me.
The only server problem I had was right at the very beginning when everyone was hopping on.
I had slow download speeds downloading.
Yeah, I got to 90%.
That's just Microsoft.
Yeah, and another thing was that I've noticed it's stopped now because there's other people I know that's been playing Crucible, but it's trying to get into the Crucible for that first 2 or 3 days was it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
And there's a few missions we've noticed that you can't go in with a fire team. It says you can, but it starts it and it goes, sorry, can't do matchmaking. It's it's not. It's a story mission.
That also may have been me having some bad internet because it later on kicked me out of Destiny.
That could have been true.
Me.
Are you having that problem still?
Yes, I'm having that problem. I keep getting every now and then kicked Anteater or something. I don't think it's
every
Anteater.
once in a while I will.
You just get kicked to main screen. I'm okay. You've lost connection to Destiny servers. No, I didn't.
The first time I logged into Destiny was as soon as I went to delete your character, it's contacting Destiny. I was
contacting Destiny 2 servers. I was don't do this to me.
You did this enough in the first game.
Yeah.
It didn't do it until the very end though. That's why I was. The first game was the very end. It was why am I contacting the servers? Please stop. I'm doing a raid. Please stop.
Some dedicated servers.
Yeah, man. That's one thing.
Well, see, they do have dedicated. It's dedicated, non-dedicated. It's really weird.
If it's non-dedicated,
it's dedicated to make sure you can't.
No. There's a dedicated and a non-dedicated that's working together. I watched something on it and they were talking about it. It's dedicated for if you're doing a raid, that's a raid dedicated server, I believe. But if it's you're out in the social space, that's a non-dedicated. I think
so
it goes back in
this raid, and I see attention contacting Destiny servers. You getting hit.
Yeah,
You're getting hit.
Like this, like
Blaming
they
you.
could have changed it, but this was what I saw because I
I
watched.
think I did see something like that.
Where it was like they're using both, but I think mainly for strikes and all this like stuff that like you don't want to get kicked out of. It's a dedicated.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining this short mini podcast about the first week of Destiny 2. It's been great so far. If you guys want to see more Destiny content and other gaming content, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Deuces.